Hello.
Hello.
Good morning, everybody.
Good
Welcome, welcome.
morning, Georgiana. How are you?
Good, and you?
Great. So good to see you every Thursday. Right
Yes.
on
We're
topic.
going to start up our Thursday morning. It's weird. I feel like this is like the start to the week because I feel like Thursday, Friday, Saturday are really busy Avon days.
Mhm.
So it's good to start my day
I'm
with you.
I'm used to my Thursday, so and we do have a lot of fun. I was watching our last video. I'm like, wow, we laughed at least 20 times.
Good for losing weight. Those nice big belly laughs.
It's good therapy, though.
It is 100%. And I've been loving everybody who's been joining in the comments
Yeah.
and chatting with us, connecting with you guys from all over the US. Super fun. So if you haven't already, share in the comments box where you're watching from. Give us a hello or a shout out. Even if you're watching the replay, give us a hashtag replay in the chat box so that we can say hi to you.
Yes, and follow Georgiana's page for live videos, notifications, and updates. Here we are every Thursday.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
today we are talking about events, free events.
Free being the key word there.
Free. We all know that free is better than paid. So we're going to give you some ideas today. What do you think, Georgiana?
I think that this was sort of a game changer for me in my business because I think when you first get started, the idea is to get started into parties and craft fairs, and it can be really expensive upfront, especially for a new representative to make that investment. And I found over the years, like in the past, you can find a craft fair in a local church or bazaar, especially now as we move transition into the holidays. There are always a lot of fairs. And you used to be able to find some that were like $25, but now they're all upwards. Well, at least in my area, most of them are upwards 60,
Yep.
100, $200. So free fairs for me were a great way for me to get the opportunity to promote my business without having to make that investment up front. And I was able to reinvest the money I would pay just for a table, without even getting any sales into supplies, whether it's brochures, samples, or demonstration products. Hey,
Mhm.
Victoria.
Victoria, good morning. Thank you for joining. And yes, and also free is duplicatable.
Yes.
So
For those of us who are leaders who are teaching our team to repeat our activities, it's something you could teach, definitely.
yes. And Georgiana is going to talk about online free events, ideas, and I'm going to talk about feel out there, setting up, finding the event, and giving you just confidence to start building your business. Things are opening up here in our area. All the restaurants, the bars are opening up. And, we want you to be safe out there. But people are getting out. They're wearing a mask. They're practicing social distancing. So this is like the new way of doing business. And if you're a shy person, um, sometimes a mask could be a shield. Like nobody knows me, just my
Like a bandit, you just. I never thought about that. That's a good point for the shy reps.
Well, somebody actually gave me that idea. I was like,
I like
so how
that.
are you doing? Say, oh, I'm loving the mask because that way I get to go out, talk to people. They don't, they don't
Yes, you don't have to be. That's a
I'm
great way
like,
to build your confidence while you work up to, when we get out of this season, you can get the practice in now.
yes. I have met so many people, like when we go to the grocery store that are there and they say, hi, hello. They recognize me for some reason. I'm like, can you take your mask off so I can see who you
You're like, I don't know who you are.
I don't know. So, so yes, let's be safe. And First, I want to talk about how to find those events. And my number one idea is to reach out to small businesses.
Mm-hmm.
So small businesses are grocery stores, supermarkets. Those are my most favorite ones. There are clothing stores, there's restaurants, and basically just asking if you can set up a small table. Make sure that your setup is also very, very professional, because you are representing a business,
Yeah.
right? So,
Including your look. You want to look professional. You want your set to be professional as well.
yes. So, what would be some of the ideas that you would share, Georgiana, as far as a professional setup? You're the person to talk about that, because you always look professional. You always so done with nice makeup, and share some ideas.
Well, I would say, look at it as if you're on like a job interview, not to the point where you're wearing like full suit, but when you go on an interview, you dress differently because you want to give the person you're speaking to a good impression of you. We know how important first impressions are. So I feel like when you're going to a special event, you dress differently. So if you put it in your mind that when you're doing your field events, it's like you're doing interviews, you're interviewing as the representative for potential new customers. You want them to know that you mean business, that you take your business seriously so that they can trust you to place orders. But for me, when I go out, I tend to lead with recruiting. So I want to show that the people that I'm working with that this is going to be a good working relationship. I'm not coming out with, sweats and stains on my t-shirts. I had someone when I first got started in this business, she said, even if you are going out in sweats, make sure you have like your coordinated two-piece sweatsuit that looks good. And in the past, Avon used to have some really cute jumpsuits and sweatsuits. So if I was going for a run, I don't run, but if I was going for a run or a walk or a jog, I would try to put myself together, cute. But what I try to do when I'm going to businesses is I think I put myself in like I'm going to work. So I know either slacks or jeans. If I'm wearing jeans, I usually wear like darker jeans with either like usually I just have on my Avon t-shirt and then a blazer. But make sure that your clothes are smooth, they're not wrinkly. Make sure you're wearing comfortable shoes because you're gonna be standing all day. Even if you're a heels person and you're comfortable in heels, go with heels. I tend to go with flats. I lean away from sneakers unless it's a very like a plain black sneaker, because I want to just make my look coordinated and easy so that when someone looks at me, they think, okay, that person is a business professional. And it's helped in a lot of instances because sometimes I'm out and people will approach you like, who are you? What are you doing here? And if for me to be able to say, here, I'm out here representing Avon, I'm representing Avon. So I want to do that well. I'm out here representing breast cancer awareness. I'm out here, you're representing something. So you want to give that good first impression. And people 100% approach you differently when you look put together. They also approach you as a professional. So, black is great. Or if you don't want to wear like a button-down shirt, you can wear a company t-shirt, but try to think of it as a uniform.
Mm-hmm. I love it, and they do. People look at you differently if you're not looking, just done up, or looking good and professional, like you said. Then they tend to not really take you serious.
Right.
And you're representing a business after all. A business it has an image, and they want to make sure that they keep that image. So definitely
coordinate.
Yes, great share. So what do we do after we go? We're all dressed up and we are reaching out to our local businesses, and introduce yourself. Hi, I'm with Avon. And I'm here because we do events locally to reach out to business owners, and just to set up a table to greet your customers, to show them our products, and at the same time we will be promoting you to the customers that come. So there's two ways of of having a table. I like to set up a table in a business and set up my perimeter with signs so that I can attract other people from other places to come visit that business, come see me, and just basically provide that business with a new clientele.
Yeah. I
So
love that you said that you're promoting them as well. So you're not coming in begging to set up a table. You're again asserting yourself and saying, "Hey, I'm a business professional. I'm here to partner with you to promote your business, to serve your customers, to provide a service to you and your customers." So even the words that you're using help reinforce your professionalism.
yes, and that's that's the main thing. What's in it for them?
Yeah.
It's not what's in it for you. So another tip when you're setting up your table, do not take a lot of products. Set up your event with just,
It's true.
if it fits in a box, if it fits in a little cart, even your small table, your tablecloth, make sure you do have a tablecloth, not a bare table. You don't want to have a bare table.
Yeah.
And the products that you take will be conversational products. For example, skincare or fragrance, his and hers. We're going to be talking about Fissure Gel later on at the end of our introduction to events. And it's something so that they can try and they can stay connected with you, so that you're able to talk about the opportunity. You are there to recruit, and you're there to recruit first. I'm going to tell you why. Because if you set up an event where you're selling products, you're not going to bring in team members. But if you're there to recruit and you are showing products, you're going to be able to do both. You have brochures, you have business cards, you have products. But the fact that you're there with something in mind to bring in new team members is the most essential thing for setting up at an event, at a free event. And we're talking about using local businesses to be able to set up a small table.
I'm
So
gonna
what
I'm gonna
would
let you
you
keep
add?
talking, but I have a quick picture that I just want to share with everyone. So keep talking, and I just want to share this photo just to give people an idea of a table I've set up. Just simple, clean. Um, but you were talking about products, so I just wanted to show a few things that I have.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. And see, look at the table. It's small. She has all her materials organized in that big bag. It has a clipboard so that she can get names and numbers. Avon brochures. You can have a raffle going. She has a. If you can see, is the six most purchased products. Was that's the name of the
Oh,
bag?
I don't even remember. It was like our top. I know what you mean. I can't remember the name though. But it was like our most selling products, our most famous
Yes.
products. Yeah.
So that's a giveaway. You could have an A box as a giveaway. You can have a small bundle of products, but something that you can get names and numbers, and that people get motivated about entering a raffle and entering their name to win something. And that way you can also follow up.
Yeah.
This is a great setup. Look at that, you guys. This is
Simple.
something, yeah, simple, very duplicatable, and she's set up by the side of the road. Some places don't have limitations. That's a sidewalk event,
Mm-hmm.
also a free event. You can do the same thing from the trunk of your car. That's also a free event.
Let me see if I have pictures.
So, hi, Nita. How are you? Thank you for saying hi. And Donna, welcome. I hope you are enjoying our training. And we're talking about free events. So we talked about setting up at a local business. We talked about setting up at the side of the road. Just make sure that your area is okay with any free events that you take on. Our area now we can set up on the side of the road. We could set up by our car, and we cannot have products for sales. We just have to have products to promote. We give free stuff, but not sales. We're not allowed to have any kind of sales when you're doing these kind of free events.
I think that's sort of that with the free events, that's usually very common. And I think that if you come into it with the mindset that you're there to promote as opposed to sell, like if you're looking to sell on somebody else's property, then you're asking for a favor. But if you're looking to promote with the free products or the free giveaway, then you're more likely to be able to do a free event.
Yes, I love that. So it's you. I love that how you said it. If you have in mind that you're there to promote, not to sell, and you're sharing the opportunity, and that is one of the main things that we do when we do the free events. When I go out to recruit, because you're always going to find sales, and people are going to go to your e-store, or they're going to place an order for you, and you can use some of these events. Look at that. That is awesome. Yes, this is by a business, right?
Yeah, this was a partnership we did with T-Mobile. I don't know if you can even see on the table.
Yes, I love it.
We might have had it in our hand, but we were just promoting our partnership with T-Mobile and Sprint. So that was what we leveraged when we were speaking with them. This is my teammate Cordelia, who I was out with. But we partnered with them to promote their special offers that Avon representatives get in partnership with their business. So this is, I think, their table. We just put our tablecloth and some brochures, some sample kits, things like that, just to keep it simple.
Very good. And we still had that partnership. We have it with Sprint. And even though they're not small businesses, they are, they are privately owned. Even though they're regulated by a corporation, they have either a store manager or even the owner most of the times is there. And you're able to tell them, hey, look, if we have a partnership, we have a great discount with your company for joining your plan. We get a discount from our rate. So that is right there, your introduction to maybe help them.
Right.
Yes, open accounts, or maybe help them. If someone is not getting the discount, you can sign them up so that they can become representatives and they can get the discount.
I like those. I'm trying to see like a trunk event that we did, but I can't find photos for. We used to do them a lot.
There's a lot of fall festivals also happening now. Now that you talked about trunk events, and yes, a lot of them just ask you to bring some candy for the kids. And with those candies, you can reach out to the moms and look at that. And that's a regular card, right?
This is my old little baby.
Very good. It's not a van. Look, totally duplicatable. I have a van, but look how nicely set up that is, just using a trunk. That is
things up, hide the crap that's in the back of your trunk. But the key is to just keep it simple.
Yes, I love it, Georgiana. Wow. See, look, it's simple. It's you open your trunk, you have your display and your signs, of course, in the perimeter so people can stop by, or if you have people walking around, you can approach them and establish a conversation. So this is something that anyone can duplicate and anyone can do.
Yeah.
Haven't been recruiting. Are you doing these setups now? We are being very careful with staying safe because of COVID. So yes, if you're able to set up an event, and if your area is open, reach out to local businesses, because local businesses are open and people are coming in. So wear your mask, and
Just step back.
yeah, distance, practice safe distance. But it's time to start going out and doing some things what makes you comfortable, but you have to start with something. And the reason why we're talking about free events face to face is because there's a lot of representatives who are not computer or social media savvy. So we are giving you other options to get out there and start networking. And the new thing is wearing a mask. So hey, let's go back to the field. And if you're not ready, Georgiana is going to talk about free online events with some ideas on how you can also have your own social selling events.
Yeah, we got you covered. Because look, at the end of the day, everybody works their business differently and everybody is in a different area. Some people are already going out and doing those events. So you got to have to be the judge of the area that you're in, your own lifestyle and social situation. Of course, we want everybody to be safe and not put anyone at risk. But, if you are in an area where you can, or if you can get a setup where you can distance yourself. I like the table setups because you can put your table in front and then you can keep yourself back so people can come to your table and take off a brochure or a sample without you having to be close to them. So, if you're working with a business that has that space, you can distance yourself. In our area, the UPS, the supermarket, the post office, they have a table in the middle and there's a representative all the way at the back. So, you're not coming close to that person. And everybody knows, well, not everybody, there are some people, but most people know to, if there's one person at the table, the next person stays behind until it's their turn. So, we're just trying to share ideas to give you guys things that you can try that are different. I showed you a couple of different pictures and images to kind of just spark your brain, because I know sometimes when we're talking, if you're a visual learner like I am, sometimes it helps to see. But the same techniques that Milagro shared for when you're doing in-person free events is the same for when you're doing online free events. You want to dress professionally, you want to look good, unless you're doing like a makeover pajama party, and even then you're not going to wear your tattered pajamas, you're going to wear your nice pajamas. I have some pictures if you check out my blog where I'm doing skincare, but I'm in my nice robe, I'm not in my holy painted t-shirts, so also approaching businesses and talking to them as a professional, sharing that you want to promote a special offer to their customers. It's the same way you would approach them through an email, a letter, or a SMS online. So the concepts and ideas that you're using, whether it's in person or online, are the same. So we want you guys to feel comfortable. I know a lot of people are intimidated about online sometimes, but you really don't have to be, because the basic method and ideas behind both approaches are fundamentally the same. But the difference for online, for example, is your home. So you kind of want to take into account some other things like your setup. So when we were talking about having a nice display on your table, when you're recording, you want to have something, either a clean display behind you. I have a lot of stuff that is pushed out of the way when I do my videos so that you don't see a lot of clutter and confusion behind me. Or I'll elevate my camera so you can't see the unopened Avon boxes on the floor. Or you can have, a lot of people have like a display rack. And Janine Whitaker did a really nice video showing some tips for how you can set up a display rack without having so much product that it looks cluttered, but that what few products you have on your rack really stand out. So you can do that as your backdrop. But when you're recording online, in addition to just having a display table in front of you, your backdrop also becomes a part of your display. So that's something else to keep in mind when you're promoting online. But you can use Facebook Live either on your personal page, your business page, or in groups, or on YouTube. On Tuesday nights, now officially Tuesday nights at 8, I'm doing a Facebook Live on my YouTube channel where I go through some of my favorite products and I share tips for my customers and clients. But those are free events, you can go live on YouTube through your desktop. It's a free event. It's on your page. You can put it up there. You can record it if you're not comfortable doing a live video like what me and Milagros do here. And that kind of gives you the freedom and flexibility to give a test run. watch it, see how you like it, look at your background to see if there's anything strange in there. You know, a friend or family member walking by in their underwear, doesn't matter. You could just pause it and re-record. So it's a great way for you to get comfortable speaking as well. I found that I've been doing these live videos for years. And if you go back and watch my initial live videos, I'm naturally a fast talker. And over the years, I've I've slowed down a little bit. I'm still a fast talker, but I've gotten more comfortable just even forming the words and speaking and thinking of a complete sentence to put together to describe the products in my mind. And that helps me when I'm in the field, and vice versa. The field work that I did allows me to think of, okay, you know, if I'm sharing this product, what are some of the things that people used to ask me when I shared a new fragrance or a new skincare product? Now, when I'm doing my presentation online, I can be aware of those questions that people normally ask so that I can respond to them when I'm online. So we don't want you guys to feel like online events and in-person events are so completely on opposite sides of the spectrum. They have a lot in common. So you can use both skills.
And you can even mix them up. Like you can have a combination, yes, of you know, online and face to face. I used to love to do that when you know, by just creating an event, and then you have your public event. So you know, you can mix them up. You can mix up your online with your face to face, and you can even invite, once you're face to face, you can even invite the people that you're networking with. You can invite them to your online events. Hey, I'd like to invite you to our group. You can share links of what you talk about, and just being creative. But yes.
And I would say too, businesses love the promotion when you go live in their business, because that's free advertising for them.
Yes.
So if you're doing an event, take a quick video. I will post, I know I've done one on, I don't know if it was YouTube or Facebook, but I'll post a link where we were having like a sip and shop, which is essentially where a couple of people get together. You have food and snacks and drinks. In an establishment, I used to like to use restaurants because the restaurants would provide the food. So they would get my patronage for the food, for supplying the food. And then I would have people come and I would put out a little table with some products for display. And I would just take the camera like, okay, guys, we are live at our event. And I would do a quick pan and have everybody say hello. I would maybe pan to the staff of the restaurant and say, you know, these are the guys that are allowing us to use their establishment for our party. So it's a great way. I love that idea to use the two of them together.
And Tracy asked if we're talking about opportunity meetings. We're talking about setting up free events for recruiting, how to find them, how to set up, and different types of events. So, you know, we cover pretty much a whole lot of information. So make sure you check it out from the beginning, because it's going to be an amazing way for you to generate ideas, and totally duplicatable for everyone. And so, you know, next, what we like to do is set up in our calendar. And this is important because if you do an event, for example, I've seen representatives who say, oh, I have an event in December and we are in October. Okay, so what are you doing in between those months? So be consistent, be consistent. Yes, be consistent, and just set up your events where you're bringing in your numbers. Remember, you're working for you. If you're working 1 or 2 times a year, and then the rest of the months are just idle, it's going to come to a point that you're going to get frustrated, and it's going to make you quit.
You cannot, in any business, open only 1 or 2 times a month. Even though now for fall and the holidays, it's our busiest time of the year, it's very rare that you find a successful business. Otherwise, we call them seasonal businesses. And you know, if you have a seasonal job or a part-time job, you usually have to have a separate job, you know, aside from that. So if you want your Avon business to be year-round or full-time, or to provide a steady part-time income, it has to be year-round. And if you're only doing shows, then you have to be booking shows every week, twice a week. You know, you have to be consistent with it. So That's another mindset that I think that we need to sort of tear down. I mean, again, it's your business. You, you set your own schedule, but if you're looking for consistency, it's not sustainable to only have one or two events.
Yes, it's not sustainable and it's not effective. As a matter of fact, it's just something that is not even going to make a drop in your business. One event every once in a while. You have to be consistent. You have to make sure you set goals, that you know what it is that you're going after, that you work hard for yourself. A lot of the things that made me stay in the business is that I believe in myself. I believe that I could do it. I believe that there were other people successful, so why couldn't I be successful?
Yeah.
And it's not about, I am more knowledgeable, I am nicer, or I laugh better than the other one. This has nothing to do with that. It has to do with being consistent, with setting up on a schedule and just sticking with it. I was sharing yesterday to one of my representatives. We're doing a one-on-one, and I said to her, I gave up. I wanted to give up so many times when I was building my business, and I used to tell my husband, who didn't mind me giving up because he didn't support me at all at the beginning. So I'm like, I've had it. This is frustrating. I quit. And then he would look at me and he said, "Oh yeah, and what are you gonna do?" I'm like, "Okay, let me take a moment."
Let me get back up on this horse real quick.
What are you gonna do when you quit? Let me know.
That's
I
where
know.
having that strong goal comes in, because that's what
Yeah.
gets you over the hump.
It was either quit and go back to work, or just, like we say in the military, suck it up and drive on.
Yep. Yep.
So yes, you guys, I mean, I know that it's not easy starting a business, that you're basically, and we've mentioned this many times, you're basically working hard for little money, but you are in the building process. And if you are in a hurry to make money, you can't wait, well, go get a job, or find a means for something that can give you, that can get you out of the hole, because building a
Or
business
really
takes
work your business. Like, not for nothing, but I feel like a lot of times people, oh, this doesn't work for me, I'm just going to go do something else. But it's like, but you're going to go do something else. You're really going to work at that something else, because that now you're working for someone else. You can't slack off. You don't
Mhm.
have that option. So why not put that same energy into your business and turn your business into something that's amazing?
Yes, and I have found, I do recommend, if you're able to afford to quit your job, yes, by all means go 100%. But there's people who quit their job and they stay home and they don't get out of the house, and you can't make money like that.
Work is work. You got to
Yeah.
work, whatever it is, whether it's your day job or your Avon business. I always recommend, I mean, I say to my friends, you can't quit the job you're at and not go to another job, if you need the income. So it's the same thing with your business. You can't just quit your job and say, well, I have this Avon thing, but not work your Avon thing. You got to work it, whatever it is. Otherwise, you're not going to have an income. So I mean, don't come for me, people, but it's you have to work your business. You have to go to your job. If your job is your Avon business, then you have to go to it like it's your job. You have to show up for work at the end of the day. And we talk about quitting your job and going Avon full time. That's a goal for some people. It's not a goal for everyone, but you have to be realistic about it. You have to, I always look at my finances. You have to have at least 6 to 12 months savings to kind of keep you afloat. Whatever you're doing, don't just do it because you heard other people talking about it. Make a plan, set your goal, and work at it consistently.
Yes, I love that. So yes, and you couldn't have put it so much better. You have to have a plan, and if you don't have the support of someone at home, ask for that support. Ask your family if they will be willing to
Get
wait.
them and move on.
Yes, it's so. I know you guys. I know it's hard. You're not gonna be making $100 forever. You're gonna see that your earnings are gonna duplicate. They're gonna double, triple because you are working hard.
Person, I don't remember if it was Darren Hardy. Where's Natasha? We were talking a few weeks ago about our the people we go to for our personal development. But there's someone, I don't know if it was Darren Hardy, but they say success leaves clues, you know? And everyone who's successful, you see them working hard at their business, you see them showing up consistently. The clues are there. So if you're also working your business, you'll start to see the results. You know, you're not going to be going at it forever and not see any result at all.
Yes. So that's all we have for free events here, and I hope. Yes. Look at Alice. She says that she tells her husband every week, I'm going to quit. And he always smiles and asks me, what will your customers do when they miss you? And
That's
she
a good
loves
husband.
her customers. That's great. Yes.
I love that.
You got to enjoy what you do, and you have to have a passion for what you are doing, because people are going to know if you're just in it for the money and not really care about using the products, or you're not using the products. It's not
Your
going to be the
customers,
same.
you love your team, you have your goals, but it all, like, her customer base is a part of Alice's why. That's what drives her.
Yes, I love that. Yes, and there's nothing more satisfying than that relationship that you build with them and also with your team members. So, get out there, you guys, and just,
We can do it. We
become
can do it.
great.
Do it.
Yes, do
There's
it.
so many ways, whether it's in person or online. And
Mhm.
just a side thing, Milagros was talking about being consistent with your schedule going out. If you're going out physically, but also online, you know, if you're doing, like I do my live streams last month, I did them every day. And I let everyone know for the month of September, I was going to do it every day. It was crazy, but I felt like I needed to that was for me to just get into the habit again of, getting comfortable. But they knew I was there every night. And then at the end of September, I said, okay, we're going to do every Tuesday night. You guys know me and Milagros are here on Thursday. So when you
Mhm.
start to build that consistency, whether it's online or in the field, your customers, when you're going out, if they know you're going to be at the corner barber shop every Thursday morning, they'll know to look for you there. So building that consistency is also a part of your professionalism. Side note.
Yes. I'm building a hub. Imagine if you have a place that you can go every week, once a week, the same day, and your customers expect you. You're gonna be, taking orders, giving orders to your customers. You're gonna be, training the people that you bring in, because that's one of the things that we did a lot. We trained. We gave orders to our customers, so we don't have to be doing deliveries.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it's just building a relationship locally, so everybody knows that you are the Avon lady in your area. And when they talk about Avon, they say, "Oh, Victoria." Victoria's the Avon lady.
Yeah,
Alice is the Avon lady. Tracy's the Avon lady. Lisa's the Avon.
people
So
know you. It's true. And
yes.
even if you can't, again, if you're not comfortable doing online or if you can't go out, even if they know where to find you, like for example, now during this season, they know where they can come and maybe pick up their order at the door, or, if they can come and slip their orders into your mailbox, whatever it is. The main point is to just find a system that works for you and for your customers so that you keep that relationship going despite the ups and downs in the season. You can't let the seasons dictate whether or not your business is open.
Yes, and there are even some areas. I want to give you this idea that if you live on a main road, there, yes, there's areas that you can just set up in front of your house with a free Avon sign and have all your neighborhood. come and you can set up on one day in the weekend, every weekend. But not all areas are the same, so you have to make sure that you know. And if you don't know, just do it. And if they tell you something, then you know that you can't do it anymore.
Somebody used to say it's better to try it than to ask and not get the chance to try. I don't know. There's a quote. You guys probably know what it is. But yeah, go for it. Try it. What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah. Oh,
So
I
ask
didn't
yourself.
know. I'm sorry.
No. Usually for the first time they'll give you a warning, like, oh, by the way, you can't do this. So okay, pack it up and do something else.
Yes, exactly. But you can also set up at a park. I have done a lot of events at a park where I'm doing maybe a meeting or I'm doing a demonstration with my customers, and I'm also having my free Avon signs, and people come and get brochures. You set up right there, and you have your Avon and your products and your signs. Just have fun and be creative, and be protected, wear your mask, practice social distancing, and people understand. People are getting out already. I'm telling you, it's been a long process of staying home, and
Jan's
yeah.
got our back. That's
It's
the quote.
easier to ask
Easier to ask
forgiveness.
forgiveness than ask permission. Thanks, Jan.
Thank you. And Lisa also gave us the answer of the Avon Best Beauty Essential Sampler. Thank you, Lisa. Yes. So I am enjoying these chats. So I hope you got a lot of ideas from Georgiana and from me, and that you put this training into work, that you build your confidence, that you are consistent, that you believe in you. This is your business, and if you don't take the step to make it work, it's gonna drag on for years. Because some people say, "Oh, I'm not gonna quit." Yeah, I'm not gonna quit, but what is it that you're doing, and are you being consistent? So it's yeah,
Yeah.
you
You don't
know,
want to just hang on for the sake of being dragged on, like you're on life support, you just want
yeah.
you want to be doing something, right?
Build your business strong, build your
Right.
multi-level marketing, get your business to a six-figure income. You can do it, but you can't recruit one person once a month. You have to be actively bringing in a lot of team members, because not all of them are going to stay. There's some who are going to stay, and there's some who are going to fade away.
Yeah.
I want to share this before we go to talk about our product. When I started leadership many years ago, I put an ad on the newspaper. I was still working. I put an ad on the newspaper and on the Miami Herald. It cost me $500. It was a lot. And one morning I woke up, and that my phone wouldn't stop ringing. Well, I ended up signing over 100 representatives in 2 weeks.
Wow.
I was doing like group meetings, getting everybody on board, talking to them about the benefits. I was doing that actually at the district office. She let me borrow the office, and I was doing the meetings. But I stayed from those over 100 that I recruited. Today, I have none of the ones who signed. Those 100 people, I have none. I was able to keep a small team of maybe 20 who stayed for maybe a year, but they started fading away. So imagine my whole thing of this whole story is a lot of you start recruiting, and you bring in 20 team members, or 30 or 40. And yes, and then you stop. Then
Yeah.
you stop and you say, okay, I'm going to keep this team for the rest of my life. It doesn't work that way. You have to bring in the masses. You have to be consistent. You got to be active, and just bring in your numbers, because this is okay. It's like if you buy a car. Let's say you buy a car and your car breaks, right? You have to replace it, right? Same thing for people. People have situations, they have, family issues, they have different things that is out of your control. So to build your team strong, you have to start recruiting, and you cannot stop. Recruit, develop that team, be consistent in bringing in your numbers, and you're going to see that at the end, you are going to have just this beautiful picture of entrepreneurs that you have brought in, and a percentage of them who are working the business and who duplicated what you do. And guess what? A six-figure income.
I love the car analogy. I think that that's a great analogy because, especially in this season, we saw when we were self, what was the word, self, where's my brain this morning, self quarantining. We everybody stopped driving, right? So let's say, for example, you went out and you bought that new car, but you didn't start it, you didn't service it, you didn't go for a drive with it, you bought it and you did nothing with it again for weeks or for months. I was actually just giving someone a jump start the other day because at the beginning of all of this, so what was that, February or March of this year? So we're talking quite a few months. They just didn't go out or drive or start their car, and the car it just stopped working. I don't even know what they need to replace, but we couldn't even get the car to start with the jump start. It was just so dead. It's the same thing with your business. Yeah, you can go out that one time and have a hugely widely successful, new customers, new teammates. But if you don't ever go out again, if you don't go back and start that car, if you don't breathe life into it again and again and again, it's going to give out on you. So I love the car analogy.
Yes, that's great, and you put it in a way that's a little different. It's about taking care of what you have, because if you bring in a team member and you don't answer the calls, or you don't have your meetings, you don't develop that team, you don't maintain that car, then what happens? Everything breaks down.
It dries up, shrivels up.
Yeah.
Then you got to go out and get a new one.
Yes, and it'll be a vicious cycle all the time.
Yes, yeah.
So, I think that events is a great way to develop skills and
Breathe
to,
life into your
yeah,
business regularly.
and build momentum. We all need momentum. We all need to stay active. And there's a great social life out there that we can't build at home.
Mm-hmm.
So get out there and make it happen, you guys.
Yes. So, Lily, what do you got for us? Products.
Yes, I want to talk about Fissure Gel, but in terms of men, my husband loves this product. And yes, we're always talking about what we can suggest the men to wear for skincare. They have the same skin as us, and if they don't take care of their skin, they're going to end up with lots of wrinkles and irreversible damage.
You guys wrinkle too.
Yes. So make sure that you take care of your husband, that you take care of the husbands of your customers. What I have found, that my husband doesn't like a lot of the products for skincare, because he works out in the yard, he sweats a lot, and he, that the skincare runs over his eyes and irritates him.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing. The other thing, that he also gets, pimples from skincare clogging his pores. So this one here, the Fissure Gel, is for extra sensitive skin. It can be worn for your entire body, totally safe, even though this is a face cream. But you can also use it as a hand cream. It's very thick, and it locks in the moisture. That's what I love about it. That is absorbing, and when you try it, it's non-greasy, of course. It's super, super sensitive, and it goes along for super sensitive skin, hypoallergenic, dermatologist tested. It goes a long way. This little tube goes a long way.
Yeah. I've been finding with a lot of the new products, the formula is so good. Um,
Mhm.
it's thick, it's rich, it's a lot of new products are luxurious. And they do go a very long way. And I love that you were talking about this product for the guys because like you said, a lot of people I feel like especially my male customers, they're like, no muss, no fuss. I need lotion. Well, what kind
Mhm.
of lotion? They don't want to get into all the questions. They want something that they could just use. A product like Fissure Gel that is hyperallergenic, non-comedogenic, that is for sensitive skin, no perfume, no dyes, no colorants. Like you said, for a person who's out in the field sweating, they don't have to worry about those chemicals irritating their skin. And they can use it on their hands, they can use it on their face because it's like a universal product. So I
Yeah.
think that the Fissure Gel is a great product to share because of its simplicity.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm that person who loves the complex ingredients, but sometimes you just need something basic.
And it comes in a tube. This is something men like. They don't like to be opening a fancy jar and you know.
The tubes and the pumps. My dad loves the pump because he could just,
Yeah. Yeah, so by all means, I purchased it for my husband. I am using it. I love to use it for my hands and also my neck area. Oh, I'm obsessed with.
any skincare. The first thing
I'm obsessed with my
moisturizing.
neck area.
And you're right, especially I was just saying this morning, my lips and my hands have been drier because we're moving into this fall season. It's a little bit drier. I mean, you're not experiencing fall yet down there in warm Florida, but here in New York, it's a little chilly. But wherever you are, when the temperature changes, you get that dryness in the air.
Yeah.
So I think now is also a great time to start sharing those products with your customers because they're going to be feeling it. So if you start
Mhm.
talking about and suggesting products that can help with the dryness, then when they do start to say, oh, my skin is looking a little dry, they'll remember what you shared.
Yes. So for all of you who ask what's good for the guys, I've been getting that question a lot lately. Recommend Fissure Gel.
Great.
It's great price because it lasts for over a month. You just need a little dab to apply it in any area, even for dry elbows,
Mm-hmm.
your dry, if you have dry knees, the back, even your feet. If you like, I also put it on my husband's feet, even though
Oh,
it's a little bit expensive, but he has a lot of dryness in his feet.
nobody
And
wants dry feet, so
yes, and oh my gosh, it is like instant hydration.
nice. That
So
is a great share.
so thank you all for joining. We had a great time today.
Yeah.
Thank you, Georgiana, for all you share. And check out Georgiana's blog, Boss
Yes,
Boss
both
Lady,
ladies. I'll share a link.
ladies.com for some ideas on free events and how easy it is to set them up. She has a lot of great information on her blog, not only for customers but also for all of you to learn from.
Yeah,
So
share a lot of goodies. But thank you guys for your comments, for keeping us on point. You guys are quick with those the quips. The quotes, but we hope that this inspires you guys to, continue to work your business through this season and
Mhm.
not let this force you to close your doors because business is happening, whether
Mhm.
a lot of it is happening online, but if you're not in the online, sphere, don't feel like there's nothing you can do. Don't sit back on your haunches and wait for things to go
Mhm.
back to the way they were because it never will. This is the new norm. You need to find a way to work your business through this and come
Yeah.
out alive on the other end.
Yes, and I hope this helped you. Share this great training with your team maybe they are looking for a way to start getting out. We offer you both solutions online, a combination of both, or just field time. So, do what's best for you. Don't stay stagnant. Don't get in that hole, because once you're in a hole, no one's gonna get you out.
It's like exercising. Like once you stop, I know I'm preaching to the choir here, but those of you who know me know exercise.
Come on, Georgiana, say it.
I threw myself under the bus on this one, but it's like exercise. Once you stop doing it, you just don't want to go back.
You just don't want to go.
I strung myself up on that one. I don't know. I shouldn't have said anything.
I'm telling you, you're missing out. So yes, she couldn't have put it in a better way.
Yeah,
So
I know. But thank you guys all for joining us. If you have questions, feel free to let us know in the chat box, even if you're catching the replay. And if there's anything that you want to hear us talk about, if you have any questions, don't be shy. Send it to us, add it in the comments below. We might be answering your question in one of our next videos.
Yes. Thank you. Bye. See you next Thursday. Same time.